All right, welcome to the second section in this particular module, and we're going to be talking about follow-up systems that convert. How do you follow up as a realtor, as a real estate broker, or as a real estate agent in a way that you're actually going to convert this person from a prospect to a client? A lot of people do follow up, but do you actually close? Now, I'm going to be teaching you how I follow up and how I close. Now, for my notes here, I said, let me tell you from experience, real estate is not a one-call business. It's a relationship business. When someone says, I'll think about it, that is not rejection. That is an opportunity. But if you don't follow up, someone else will. Now, let me give you a simple structure. Now, with this introduction now, you already know that there is nothing like rejection. Do you understand? Especially in real estate. Real estate is actually not a one-call business. In fact, before somebody can call you on the phone and close a deal with you the next day, which has happened a lot of times to me, the person must have built a relationship with you over time. It can be even on social media, you don't even know. The person has been following you up. Somebody, like, there has to be that, relationship before somebody can even do business with you. Do you get? So I'm going to be teaching you how you can actually follow up with somebody, consistently without giving up and make that person to turn into a client. Now, I like teaching with frameworks. Now, the first framework I'm going to be teaching you is the 4C follow-up systems. Now, to convert leads, your follow-up must have 4 good things, and I call them the 4 C's. Now, the first C is clarity. The second C is consistency. The third C is care, and the fourth C is call to action. Now, let me break them down. Now, for clarity, you must know why you are following up a client. Don't just come to a client DM and you say, hello, sir, and you will not talk again. Or you say, good afternoon, sir. That is a lazy follow-up. So you can say, hi, Mr. James. I wanted to give you update on the 3-bedroom bungalow. Do you get? 2 units were sold today and they're just remaining extra 2 units. I just thought that information you actually needed so that it can help, you make your decision on how soon you should reserve a unit before it's sold out. This can happen through a call, can happen through a voice note, than just saying, good afternoon, sir. Do you get? Now, you must be clear on why you want to follow up. Do you want to give the person a market update? Or are you trying to get this person to come for an inspection? Or are you trying to, get this person to give you a referral? You must have this at the back of your mind. You're not just following up because you just want to talk or not for talking sake. You're following up because you want that conversation to lead somewhere. That is the reason why you follow up. Now, the second thing that your follow-up must have is consistency. Follow-up is not a one-time thing. You don't give up on clients. Just the same way you don't give up on that person. Maybe, should I say that person that has been telling you no? If you're a guy, that guy has been telling you no, you keep pestering. That same way you should not give up on the clients once the client just say no. No, that no can actually be a yes. It is your duty to turn it to a yes. Do you get? And follow-up is not something you just do whenever you remember that you have a client or that reached out to you. No. Follow-up is something that has to have a structure. Now, you can actually structure how you follow up a client. If you have a client that you want, if you have a prospect that has not yet bought, but is very, very serious, you can create a plan on how you want to follow up. You say, okay, today I'm going to follow up on this man like this. Tomorrow I'll follow up on him like this. Next tomorrow I'll send him this. So day 1, like with the structure I have here, day 1, you can do an initial conversation. Day 2, you will now send property details, maybe at your uncle. Day 1, just normal conversation. Uncle, how are you doing? This. Day 2, you now send him a property detail. Maybe on that day 1, you told him that you're going to send him a property detail. Don't send it to him that day. The next day, you now send it to him. Then the day 4, you now send him a check-in message to try to get him for an inspection. Do you understand? Then, are you understanding the sequence? Then maybe after 7 days or after, if he's still lingering, you can now send him a market update. Then after a while, you can now send him a social proof, somebody that bought, or a testimonial of a client that bought. Then after some days, you can still send him an engagement message, depending on if he has not bought till then. Now, this is how you structure your communication. Do you get? Now, consistency makes the person become more familiar with you. Let me tell you, the people that disturbs a prospect the more the prospect or the client will actually know you. If you don't follow up on your clients consistently, they will not even be familiar with you. I don't know the best way to say this thing, but you actually need your client to be familiar with you for them to buy from you. You need them to know you. And for a client that does not know you before, for him to actually become that familiar with you, is either you go about it the right way, maybe two of you are always having discussions, or you are always disturbing him. I've disturbed the one prospect to the point that I told you that, okay, don't worry, that there's nothing that will make him want to buy property in Enugu, but it will not be me. Because he later went and bought a property in Abuja instead of buying in Enugu. But because of the way I've been disturbing him, even after he told me that he has bought a property in Abuja, I've still been following up on him consistently. Not that I'm disturbing him, but I've been following up on him even up to the point that I said, okay, that there's nothing that will make him want to buy property in Enugu and not buy from me, that he loves my consistency. She gets. The third thing is care. Now, some people are just focused on their commission. You might call a client and they'll tell you that he has been very, very, very busy, or that don't be angry, or that's why he has not been responding to your message. And the first thing you're doing is you're already going straight to the point. No, even though you don't have care, you can fake it. Man, you need to care. You cannot be like, oh, is it work that has been keeping you busy? You'll be like, oh, okay, hope all is well at work. How's it going? Okay, you can even, add humor. If there's anyone you want me to, help you and do, sir, I'm actually here. Actually care. You get, so if you start saying, are you ready to pay? You can actually ask questions like, so sir, have you actually considered everything regarding this property? Are you sure there's no any other thing you want me to clarify you on? The person will be like, there's this thing that you clarify. Or they'll be like, no, I'm actually good. They'll be like, all right, so I don't think there's any reason for us not to, go ahead and secure the property immediately. Or should I send you the account details? Yes, you can send me the account details. You're just getting your validation. Do you get? So this is how you close, by caring for people rather than just, trying to be blunt about everything. Then the fourth thing is call to action. Now, call to action, this is where you now try to get them to either make payments, fill the form, select a plot, or, go for an inspection. That is the call to action. Do you get? Now, there's another framework. Now, it's called the 3 bucket lead system. Now, to follow properly, you need to categorize your leads. For you to be able to follow up on people properly, you need to categorize your leads. Not all leads are equal. Some leads are hot, some leads are cold, some are warm. Now, the hot leads are people that are ready to buy within the next 30 days. Now, there are people that are ready to buy within 1 month or within 2 weeks. These are hot leads. They are very ready. They're already in the market. Now, these people, you need to follow up on them every 2 to 3 days. Now, they have warm leads. Now, warm leads, they are interested, but they are not urgent. They are not in the market. You are the one that maybe went ahead to convince them, but you know that they can buy. They are not the one looking for you. You are the one looking for them. This kind of people now, you need to follow up quickly on them. You can be doing every 7 days or every 4 days. You need to follow up on them. But for the hot lead, if possible, every day or every 2 days. Then we now have the cold leads. They are not ready. Do you understand? They are not ready, but they have future prospects. They have a very good job. They can save. Maybe it's during December. That's when they get bulk money. So just their cold leads. You can be following up twice a week, and once in 2 weeks, or once in every month. Do you get? So when you don't categorize, you're going to be wasting your energy following up on everybody. So you need to know the people you need to follow up on every day, every 2 days, and the people you need to follow up on every week, and the people you need to follow up on every month. Do you get? So I want to hear the practical systems you can actually start today for follow-up. I want you to use the WhatsApp label. So if you go to your WhatsApp, there's a WhatsApp label. If somebody's a hot lead, put the hot lead label. If somebody's a cold lead, put the cold lead label. So that every week, you can actually click the hot leads. There's a way you use your WhatsApp label. You can go and check out the video on how to use WhatsApp label. I don't think I can share that information now. It's very, very easy. Now, the second thing you can have a Google Sheet. If you're actually, tech savvy, you can have a Google Sheet, simple Google Sheet, just to put the information of people that are hot, cold, and warm. Or you can even have a simple notebook. I started with a notebook. Every number I get, I actually put them down in a notebook. I still have that book up till now. You get? So you need to track the name, their budgets. You need to track the timeline, the last contact date and the next follow-up date. So if you're using a CRM, if you're using a Excel, make sure you have the name of the client, the budget of the client, the timeline when you think they'll be ready to pay or they were ready to start paying. Do you understand? Then the last time you talk to them, you need to put it down. Then the next time you want to talk to them, you need to put it down. So if it is not written, it doesn't exist. You must have a practical system for your follow-up. You get? Now, the psychology behind follow-up. Now, there's something called the law of familiarity. I actually mentioned it initially. Now, the more people see your name, the more comfortable they are around you. That is why I actually, for people that do offline marketing, I tell them, you don't need to market here, and market here if you're doing offline marketing. Just go to one particular spot and always be going there. Let people that have seen you before see you again. It's called the law of familiarity when it comes to follow-up. You just need people to be seeing you. Even if they're not opening your message, be sending them every day. You'll find out that in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month of consistent follow-up, they're already familiar with you. And if they want to ever make any decision regarding real estate, you'll be the first person that comes to the top of their mind. So that is why you need to repost testimonial works, keep sharing site progress, talk about one estate for a very long time, send updates works. You need to stay in their mind, and whenever they are ready, you will actually be remembered. So common follow-up mistakes you actually need to avoid. Number one is following up emotionally. Don't text your client and tell them, why are you replying? Why are you not replying? So why are you snubbing me? I mean, that's you following up emotionally. You don't need to do that. You need to follow up professionally. This is not a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. Do you understand? It's a business relationship. Now, the second thing is that following up without new information. Now, there's a way I actually follow up. I follow up with updates. That's the best type of follow-up. If I showed you this property and I want to give you a follow-up, I'll send you a follow-up details with updates of that property. Do you get? Now, number 3 is stopping in too early. Now, the fourth one is being desperate. Don't be desperate. Don't be needy. Even if your house rent is about to expire, still follow up professionally and don't be desperate. Do you get? All right, so I'm going to be closing this particular topic now with this simple closing line. Do you understand? Now, I understand you need time. I'll check back next week with updated information. Do you understand? Now you have permission to follow up. That's strategic. So what does this simply mean now? Sometimes you actually want to follow up on somebody, but you want to tell them that you're going to follow up you want to tell them in time, so that when they see your call, they will not be expecting disturbance. What do? I just tell them that I understand you need time to process this property. So I'm going to be following up with you. So I'm going to be checking back with you. I'm going to check back with you next week or on Monday with some new information so that you can now make your final decision. Does that work? Now I'm telling you that I'm going to follow up with you with something. I'm not just going to tell you I'm going to follow up to ask if you want to buy, but I'm following up with an information. Do you understand? That will now help you make your decision. Do you get? So now, like we all do, there's always an assignment. So today I want you to list 10 abandoned leads, 10 people that you've abandoned, people you've given up on. List them. I want you to reconnect with 3 of them, have a good conversation with 3 of them, and I want you to send them value, send them updates on the property they reached out to you on. If they reach out to you regarding the property, maybe last 2 years, last 3 years, last 5 months, last 6 months, give them new updates about that property. And this is what I want you to do. You'll be shocked at how many deals you're going to close from this particular assignment. See you on the next one.